You're playing. You're a player. That's why you're playing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Xbox Live. It's Microsoft's latest weapon in the video game console wars. PlayStation 2 went online with their network adapter. Microsoft had to follow, so they've got a product called Xbox Live. I've seen it in the stores. You just buy a DVD, right?
I think it's the other way around.
What's that?
With the Xbox.
PlayStation 2 came after Xbox?
Yes.
Oh, I thought PlayStation 2. Who was that? Wait a minute. Come back here. We've got an infestation.
Has he just gone crazy, or is it?
What?
What were you going after?
Okay.
I see dead people. No, there was a head there. Am I right? No.
Yeah.
Ah! Ha! Bob! Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, Xbox Live.
Am I scaring you? There is a head!
What?
Never mind.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You got to cut back on the
Xbox,
caffeine,
yeah, I was those espresso beans. How many of these did you eat?
Like 10.
Yeah.
There's a head.
I didn't
I'm
have any.
allergic to
There really
caffeine,
was, I
so
swear to God. I wouldn't make it up.
All right, you guys.
So you buy this thing.
You buy this thing, and it comes with the disc, and also comes with a little headset as well. You get these two items. And then essentially what happens is you stick this in the first time you have a brand new Xbox. You've never had Xbox Live on. Install it, and what happens is on the dashboard or the kind of GUI interface,
it adds an item.
Adds Xbox Live.
Well, that's cool. It's pretty simple. So basically, you're just installing some software. Xbox has a hard drive.
And as long as you have a network connection, actually the most complicated thing is how you get your network connection into your Xbox Live.
How do you do that? Well, there's an Ethernet in the back of it.
There's an Ethernet connector, and you can either do it two ways. You can have it directly connected from your DSL or cable modem, or you can have it connected through a router and then have it service straight to your Xbox. And
It'll do DHCP from the router?
Yes, it will. And actually, I tell people that that's probably a better way, especially if you're sharing your network with a PC and Mac.
And the router won't block the gaming? It's not going to make a problem?
No, it's actually, I've never had any problems with it.
Okay. Now, if I have a static IP address, is there a way to enter that into the Xbox Live?
Yes, and it says as soon as you enter that in, you go through the entire setup.
Oh, there you go. Now, you have to have an account with Microsoft. And do you pay a monthly fee?
You do pay a monthly fee.
Well, first of all, by buying the disc, you've paid for your first year, right?
The first thing, and I'm going to show this. You actually get a serial number like you do with Microsoft software.
Don't show our serial number.
It's okay. It's a beta version.
All right.
How much does it cost?
It's
was it $59, something like that?
Something like I've actually never had to pay for it.
Show off.
Actually,
Kevin and I can't do it.
No, we can't do this.
You know why we can't do it? We've got hacked Xboxes.
Well,
what happens with a hacked Xbox?
We're not supposed
it's okay to have a hacked Xbox.
I myself don't have a hacked Xbox, so I can't say.
Because ours is hacked, what happens? Xbox Live?
Well, if we turn ours on and attempt to get on the Xbox Live, they will detect that we have a mod chip or that you have a mod chip installed. Of course, we're not having anything like this. And once they do that, they register the credit card and the MAC address. They ban your credit card so you can never use your credit card with Xbox Live, and they also ban your box so you can never use Xbox Live.
Little word of warning.
Wow, so you can't even use your credit card with any other.
Let's do it. Let's get online. I want to play some Xbox Live.
So essentially what happens is you keep going, and it's going to walk you through. It's going to ask you for your billing region, ask you.
What's that noise? Do you hear a noise?
That might be. Oh, you know what? It might be the.
I'm getting a little buzz here.
Yeah.
Is that you hearing that on the air? Or is it just all right?
Essentially, what you do is you go through, and then you're going to actually go in, and this is most important, a gamer tag. A gamer tag is very important because it's the unique
That's your
ID.
handle.
That's your handle across the entire Xbox servers.
Okay.
So whatever game you play, it has to be unique because you're literally playing with millions and millions of other people across the planet.
Somebody probably already has a notorious ROG, but I would try to use that if I were you.
You know, I tried all my favorite ones.
They always have your name, right? Roger Chang's long ago gone. No, I can never get Leo Laporte on anything.
So once you have it running, let's switch it over to the one that's...
Is that noise audible on the air, or is it just in our...
I have no idea.
All right,
because
they say don't worry about it. There we go. There we go. Counter-Strike. Now, this is how many Xbox Live games are there? I know Halo is live enabled. Counter-Strike.
Almost all the new games that are coming out have some sort of Xbox
Crimson
Live
Skies does. I can't wait to play that online.
And, you know, it's one thing to be able to play with someone next to you. It's another thing entirely to play someone across the planet.
With some snotty kid who spends his entire life playing and is going to wipe you off like a grease spot on the face of the earth.
What you do is you essentially just start it up.
Anything that we should know about this that they might not be intuitive or obvious?
They do kind of tell you to mind your manners and stuff, but certain areas that you do go into will actually, you know, you'll have people who either have a mature mentality or some would say immature mentality.
There's a lot of kids on this, right?
Right.
Yes.
And it's still fun because you talk trash, you shoot somebody, you can laugh at them, you can mock them. Are you a little confused there?
You know what? It broke off.
You
I'm sorry.
You got a wire problem here.
I apologize.
They're shooting you, Roger. Hurry up. Hurry up.
All
right.
Once you start, and then you go to the Xbox
Live.
Live within the component within the game.
That'll show up on the
And
menu of the
you have
game.
your account. This is XPlays, so
Okay.
it used to be XPlays. So if I remember their passcode correctly, yes.
What was their passcode?
We can't tell you.
Up, down, left, right.
It's essentially some combination of
Of
the
keys
buttons or
and
the,
buttons,
or
all
the
right.
triggers or whatever. So once you play on Xbox, you can do a quick match, and it's going to search for your sessions. This is kind of cool. This is where the unique ID comes in. You can actually have people exclusively join on your team, kind of, where you can pick your friends
Okay.
because of your ID, or you can have,
Cool.
essentially everyone else.
The game does not have an opening for you. It's like it knew you. It's like it knew you were coming.
Which is great because, as we all know, things never work when they're supposed to.
So that can happen. The servers could actually be full as they are apparently.
It's the first time I've ever seen. Every game I've ever played would usually have a server listing, and you essentially choose the game. And if you decide to host or start a game, you can actually choose.
Oh, you can host.
You can. Well, you wouldn't host really on your Xbox, but you would
Host
set
on
it on
a
the
PC?
Xbox Live server.
How many hours have you been on the air?
Yeah.
Now, what did you ask me, George? George wanted to know something.
Yes.
Can you do this only on broadband, or can you use a dial-up modem?
Xbox DSL modem, cable modem only.
You gotta have broadband. Okay.
You gotta have broadband, and that's just because the experience they want to give the player,
Yeah.
they feel they cannot do over a dial.
PlayStation 2 also require broadband, or
They have both, and the way Sony does is they leave it up to the publisher to set up the server.
Yeah, Microsoft has a central server for all
and,
games.
Some people kind of complain that Xbox has the control, but you know what? Microsoft controls everything across the board,
Right.
which means, while you might lose something, you actually gain a lot
gain
in
quality,
support, quality, and service, although this is...
Do you not see the cheating, the kind of cheating you see in online PC games? Is it a little bit more regulated in that respect?
It's a little more regulated. You don't have the hacks because unless you're...
They control it, and it's hard to hack a console
And
game.
you know what? It's actually kind of cool because you get real live speech through here, so you can actually yell and scream at other people.
It's good.
I'm telling you, it's great.
One thing you got to mention, though, is that Electronic Arts stance on this. Have you read about that?
No.
They're not doing any Xbox Live games.
Because they want to control the server.
Right.
Yeah.
So EA, any of those Madden games,
None of
that
the sports
everybody
games?
loves, only
Well,
on the PlayStation.
They'll give in
which
eventually.
Is lucky,
They're going to cost them. That's going to cost them money. Yeah, I love Crimson Skies. That's going to be fun. All right, well, that's a good reason to take my mod chip out. Not a good enough reason.
You buy another one, only $200.
I'll get another Xbox. If you want to know more about anything we cover today, as always, website has it, techtv.com/call for help. You think my shirt matches that ugly pattern behind me?